Each year we honor a group of exceptional volunteers in Côte Saint-Luc. You will hear some of their stories in a moment. People like Natalia, Ayodele, who helps kids improve their reading. Bryan Wolofsky, who helps make the annual outdoor hockey tournament a huge success. And Susie Schwartz, Havikop, who appears to be everywhere in Côte Saint-Luc at the same time. Je tiens à remercier tous ceux et celles qui nous regardent lors de notre soirée des bénévoles pour les heures qu'ils ont consacrées à faire une différence. Vous les bénévoles rendent possible le bon déroulement de nos activités. Before we present the awards, I want to say a few words about Councillor Ruth Kovac, who we lost in October. She was a one-of-a-kind person, always fighting for what she believed in. But she was also the kind of person who always asked how people were doing and checking up on them. She was also someone whose first connection to the city was as a volunteer at EMO and later at the Mount Sinai Auxiliary. Before presenting the awards, here's a brief montage about Ruth.
Good evening, bonsoir. If you've attended a previous volunteer appreciation event, you would know that Councillor Ruth Kovac used to read the names of all the volunteers who were honored. And it is my privilege and honor tonight to read it in her stead. I'm very emotional about it because we have lost our dearly beloved Ruth, but I am sure that she is very proud and really rooting for all of you volunteers who are doing such a tremendous job in Côte Saint-Luc. Je suis très émue et ravie de lire les noms des bénévoles qui seront honorés ce soir et je suis certaine que la conseillère Kovac serait aussi enchantée et aussi très fière de vos accomplissements et de votre dévouement à notre ville de Côte Saint-Luc. Merci. The Aquatics Volunteer of the Year Award goes to Michèle Castonguay. Michèle a fait preuve d'un grand dévouement envers le programme de natation de compétition de Côte Saint-Luc. Elle a été notre directrice pour toutes les compétitions de natation durant la saison 2018 à 2019. Michèle a joué un rôle déterminant dans le succès de ces événements. Elle a des années d'expérience en tant qu'officielle dans le monde de la natation et a contribué à élever le niveau de notre programme de natation.
Pour moi, les aquatiques, c'est la meilleure chose. J'étais jeune quand j'ai appris la natation ici à Côte Saint-Luc, dans la piscine Parkhaven, et après, j'étais la gérante de la piscine Blossom. So, je connais bien tout le travail des bénévoles et c'est très important, tout ce que vous faites pour nous.
Ici à Côte Saint-Luc, j'ai donné des cours pour former des parents bénévoles comme officiels. C'est important de former la relève. Puis aussi, je me suis impliquée dans l'organisation de compétitions ici à Côte Saint-Luc. C'est quelque chose qui me tient à cœur. Je veux dire, dans ma jeunesse, j'ai été nageuse. J'ai aussi été entraîneur. Puis j'avais encore un membre de ma famille d'impliqué dans la natation quand j'ai arrêté d'entraîner. Alors, j'ai fait ça au côté officiel, côté organisatrice de compétition, puis j'aime beaucoup ça. Donc j'en fais bénéficier les nageurs comme la natation m'a bénéficié à moi auparavant.
The Community Special Events Award goes to Bryan Wolofsky and Bernie Green. Bryan has been helping organize the Pee Wee National Outdoor Hockey Tournament for the past few years. Before the tournament, Bryan works on securing a number of beverage sponsors. And during the tournament, Bryan's unique personality is on display as announcer. He works hard to make the tournament a great experience for everyone.
So I'm really happy to be presenting an award to Bryan Wolofsky, who I've known all the way back since I was manager of Blossom Pool. And I always know that Bryan was always a guy with a smile on his face, with a happy word to say, and made people feel good, especially kids. So it's great.
I enjoy it.
Tell me why you volunteer for hockey.
So when Brad offered me, actually it was Harold Cammie, who offered me the opportunity to help Brad out at the rink for the indoor and outdoor tournaments, I just said, heck yeah, I'd be delighted to do it. And I don't know, it's been 4 years or something, and I love doing it. And after every game, Brad comes up to me and goes, wow, you are like the greatest hockey announcer since like Claude Mouton. I said, fine, if, if you allow Claude to be ahead of me, that's fine. And I just say, you're right. He's absolutely right about that. And of course, everyone in the audience is going,
now he's a star acting movies.
Not happening.
This is for you.
Thank you very, very much, Mitch. And thanks for doing this. And I really look forward to the outdoor tournaments now that we have the ice outdoors. That's going to be a fantastic thing.
Looking forward to that.
Us too.
Bernie has been the chairman of programming at the Côte Saint-Luc Men's Club since 2015. He's the one who finds and books notable speakers such as Jean Charest, Lenny Leiter, and Dick Pound. He's also responsible for organizing trips.
And what we try to do in the speakers program, we try to get people that would be, of course, of interest to our members from the different walks of life. Sometimes we'll get a story, a speaker, a day in the life of, somebody giving back to the community. Like as an example, a prime example, Rabbi Benjamin Bressinger of the Sher Zedek Synagogue came and talked to us about addiction. And Father John Walsh comes and talks about the relationship, let's say, between Catholics and the Jews. And the Archbishop of Montreal, again, spoke about a very interesting topic, Catholics and the Torah. So speakers from very, very different backgrounds.
They're even having me speak on October 31st, which will be before this video is shown at the Volunteer Recognition Night.
That's
and I'm
correct.
looking forward to it because it's always so much fun speaking to the men. And anybody out there who wants to offer their services to speak to the men's club, I highly recommend it. It's always an enjoyable experience for everyone.
The Echo Award goes to Boyd Hamilton. Boyd is the coordinator of the Kirwan Park Community Garden. 6 years ago, Boyd started a group made up of highly skilled people with expertise in horticulture. Their mission is to create a full-cycle seed library in order to preserve rare and endangered plants. They hold free public seminars to educate fellow gardeners. They also distribute seeds at no charge through the Côte Saint-Luc Public Library.
So this is the Eco Award, and it's particularly interesting to me. You know, my son Andrew grew the Montreal melon, which was supposedly extinct, right in our backyard in Côte Saint-Luc. Mm-hmm. So it's wonderful. For those of you who don't realize, we have this program, the seed program, where we're bringing back extinct, well, not quite extinct, different products, right?
Rare, very rare endangered species, yes.
Wonderful. Anyway, this is Boyd Hamilton, and he's responsible for the program. He's working with our staff and volunteers. And tell us a little bit about what you do.
Essentially, we've created the first full-cycle seed library in Quebec. And what that means is we take seeds, we grow them, we harvest them, we clean them and everything, and we put them in an inventory here in Côte Saint-Luc. Then we package them and give them to the library to distribute to the local citizens. And by growing the seeds every year, that's why we call it full cycle. We don't have to keep going back and buying more seeds or anything like that. We've got our stuff.
Andrew, if you're watching this, you see it's not just about the Montreal melon. You can come right over here and get some more seeds in Côte Saint-Luc and grow all types of stuff.
We're always looking to give the seeds away. We're always looking for more people to join the program. We're looking for volunteers on a regular basis if you're interested in learning or if you're already a seasoned gardener. I would like to thank the city for all the support they've given, because without the efforts of Janine West, Justin Burnham, Alvin Fishman, and Ryan Nemeroff, this would not be where it is.
We have great staff, so thank you all.
The Edward J. Kirwan Award goes to Adriana Rico. Adriana is a volunteer at the Côte Saint-Luc Figure Skating Club. As vice president, she organizes the off-ice program, participates in on-ice rental and scheduling, and provides website support for online registrations. She's also an active figure skater and trains daily.
So here I am today with Adriana Rico, and I'm presenting her with this award for all you do at the Figure Skating Club. Thank you so much. Tell us, why do you do what you do?
I found a passion for figure skating as an adult, and I still remember the first day that I skated at Côte Saint-Luc. Everyone was so welcoming and so accepting that I knew I had found a place, and it just, the love grew from there for both figure skating and the people I was with. The community.
That's great. Well, thank you so much. This is for you.
Thank you very much.
I hope you continue to do it for many years to come, and the kids love it and they appreciate your good work.
The EMS Award for Excellence in Operations goes to Scott Hunt. Scott is one of the most involved members at EMS. He has volunteered thousands of hours over many years. He's always looking for ways to improve the service. He recently took on the position of Lieutenant of Logistics and Equipment. Scott's contribution to the EMS is an inspiration to us all. Le prix EMS d'excellence en formation est remis à Alizée Znaty. Alizée revise tous les appels et les rapports de façon méticuleuse, professionnelle et efficace. Cette assurance qualité est vitale pour un service de soins préhospitaliers comme EMS. Elle est ouverte d'esprit et gentille. Elle est toujours prête à donner un coup de main. Le prix de la recrue de l'année EMS est remis à Kassandra Pinsonneault. La passion et la personnalité pétillante de Kassandra la distinguent. Infirmière de profession, Kassandra est exceptionnellement motivée et toujours prête à relever de nouveaux défis. Elle est le genre de personne que tout le monde aime et avec qui tout le monde veut travailler. The Hazel Award goes to Diane Liebling. Diane has been the chairperson of the Côte Saint-Luc Cats Committee for the past 6 years. She works long hours trapping stray cats, feeding them in her garage, and finding homes and foster homes for them. She has also established a network of feeders for outdoor cats, organizing meetings, and making repeated visits to the Côte Saint-Luc Hospital for the animals.
So I'm here with Diane Liebling, who is from our Cats Committee and is winning an award for recognition for all the great work you've done.
I've clearly loved cats my whole life. I've had cats since I was 5 years old. We lived in an apartment, that's all we could have. And it started my lifelong love affair with cats. And I credit my mother with getting me my first cat, and I've had cats ever since. And I got involved with this because there's a need in the community. There's a lot of outdoor feral, we like to call them community cats now, as well as stray cats, cats that have been abandoned. And we trap them humanely when residents alert us to the problem. We trap them humanely, we get them seen by our vet, the Côte Saint-Luc Animal Hospital. They get neutered, vaccinated, checked out completely. And if they're social, we always get them adopted. Kittens, we always get adopted. If they're community cats, cats that we really feel cannot be adopted, they will go back outside with the proviso that the resident will feed and shelter them for the rest of their natural lives.
Le prix de la Légion royale canadienne jeune bénévole de l'année va à Natalia Ayodele. Natalia est bénévole à la Bibliothèque publique de Côte Saint-Luc depuis 2016. Elle a aidé plusieurs enfants en tant que partenaire en lecture. Elle a été l'une des adolescents à se lancer dans le programme d'aide aux devoirs. Natalia participe au programme de mentorat avec compassion et elle a un esprit vraiment généreux et continuera sans aucun doute à aider les gens tout au long de sa vie.
You know, she's helped out in our library program as a volunteer for kids who need help reading or with their homework.
I had this child, she was it's in her maybe 6 years old. I helped her in reading French and in English. She was quite close to her sister, so it was always like it was both of us, all three of us doing it together. And well, we really had lots of fun. Sometimes we'll even like play hide and seek before actually reading in French and English. And even the mother presented with me a gift at the end of the session. And she's the reason why she kind of boosts me up to continue this project even more.
The Socio-Cultural Award goes to David Gandell. David has volunteered for many years at the Côte Saint-Luc Men's Club, including serving as membership chairman, second vice president, and currently serves as first vice president. He is responsible for scheduling, executive meetings, and managing the directors.
And the club has gotten so many new members. How do you do it?
I guess that the club basically sells itself. We have so many great programs and so many great activities, and the interest of the programs seems to sell itself.
How many members are you now?
As of this morning, we're 852 members, which is phenomenal, because when I joined, we were just hitting 300, so it's been an unbelievable ride.
A special recognition award goes to Joel Wener. Joel has gone above and beyond over the last few years in the pursuit and support of youth and team sports. He has helped in the development and promotion of the Masters and youth swim teams. He also recruits and trains officials for the team competitions. He also supports the parent volunteers, and thanks to his involvement, the number of volunteers has increased.
I'm always really happy to be giving out awards in aquatics. As people may know, I was manager of Blossom Pool and a lifeguard involved in aquatics for 8 years, and it was always a passion of mine. So when I see people doing that, I really thank you, and I know how great it is, not only for you, but for the kids.
I think swimming helps, especially when you're younger. It builds a routine. It will help them in their school. It's a whole body exercise, so it keeps them in shape, and it changes the way you are.
Yeah, and it's, something about swimming that's great is that you can do it your whole life. It's an exercise that generally you're not going to get injured from, and like I always tell my mom, and she does still go to the Aquatic and Community Center, it's something you can do for your whole life. So it's good that the kids are learning young and you're encouraging them, and I want to thank you and give you this, and continue doing everything you do. Thank you.
A special recognition award goes to Jeanne Motlusky. Jeanne played the lead narrator in the Meta Award-winning Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. She was also the lead in the award-winning Cabaret, and she has performed in 8 Dramatic Society productions. In 2019, she performed on stage more than 40 times.
Your brow, you should have known by now. You'd every cause to doubt me, mine hair. I don't understand you. Really, I don't. First, you tell me you're not going to Paris for Ernst anymore, even though it seems the very easiest way in the world to make money.
Or the hardest. I mean, Sally, one of these days I gotta sit you down and read you a newspaper. You'll be amazed at what's going on.
You mean politics? But what has that to do with us?
Oh, you're right. Nothing has anything to do with us. I mean, Sally, don't you understand? If you're not against all this, you're for it. Or you might as well be.
A special recognition award goes to the Côte Saint-Luc Emergency Medical Service Team. This special group of volunteers are responsible for the saving and aiding of thousands of lives each year. Accepting the award on their behalf is Steve Merling.
This year has been exceptional. 6 saves since June. That's in the last 4.5 months?
Yeah, 6 saves since June. It's unbelievable, I mean.
Could you tell me a little bit about what's been going on?
So since June, we have responded to several cardiac arrests, but 6 of which we were able to resuscitate. And that's a statistic, while it seems like only 6 people, that is virtually unheard of. I would argue to say that in the last 4-5 months, we have the highest save rate on the island, I would say, without any hesitation. I was on a call the other day, and a resident came over to me, and we were talking, and they recognized that we were EMS volunteers, and they said, my tax dollars alone, having EMS in this city, my tax dollars alone are worth it. And that's a statement that really stuck with me, and something I believe. The Talmud says that he who saves one life, it's as if they've saved an entire world. And so imagine the 6 worlds that we've saved, and the difference that these people will be able to go on and continue to make in their lives and the lives of their loved ones and the lives of people they touch. So it's a privilege and an honor for me to volunteer at EMS, for all of our volunteers to volunteer at EMS. We have an incredible team, and we're always looking for new members.
Well, and I personally, on behalf of council, want to thank all the volunteers for EMS for what you do. You never know what call is going to come in, and what you've been doing all the time, but particularly over the last 4 or 5 months, is exceptional. And there's no nobler service than what you do. So thank you so much, and please keep it up.
The Sports Award goes to Andrew Winkler. Andrew has been a valuable member of the Côte Saint-Luc Minor Hockey Association Board and its coaching fraternity. This past year, he was an assistant coach on 2 teams and the head rules official on the board. He is always giving of his free time and is often seen at the arena answering any and all parent inquiries, no matter the subject.
Very pleased to be here with you today, Andrew, to give you this award for all the great work you've done volunteering for our hockey program.
Thank you.
So tell us, why do you do it?
It started like most people because my kids were in the program, and having to volunteer is kind of part of being the parent. You kind of have to give a little service to the program, otherwise the program doesn't roll as quick or as well, and it hooked me, and I got involved, and I was happy to get involved, and it took some time learning the ropes and stuff, and I wasn't a great skater, I wasn't great at the sport of hockey, but through a lot of learning and outside of the arena sessions and studying, I've been coaching for about 7 years, and giving back to the city and wherever I can, and helping other kids and my own in the process.
Le trophée commémoratif Stewart Mankofsky est remis à Charlotte Dumaine. Charlotte a bien représenté le club de patinage artistique pendant 5 ans au sein de l'équipe de patinage artistique du Québec. Elle a une forte éthique de travail, une attitude positive et un engagement envers l'excellence. Elle continue d'accorder beaucoup d'importance au club de patinage artistique de Côte Saint-Luc.
I do it because I love it. Figure skating has been my passion for my whole life, and it always will be. So I'm very honored to receive this award.
This is for you.
Thank you so much. It's such a nice recognition of the 5 years of hard work I put into skating and being able to be on the Quebec team for all those years.
The Volunteer Citizens on Patrol Award goes to Susie Berkson-Schwartz. When you hear VCOP mentioned in conversations, you almost always hear the name Susie Berkson-Schwartz spoken at the same time. Along with her husband Harvey, they were among the very first members to join this Neighborhood Watch on Wheels program in 2006. She's in charge of all special events. She works closely with the Public Security Department, coordinating VCOP participation at Canada Day and Winter Carnival, and Susie always works on events with the Montreal Police Department, the Côte Saint-Luc Public Library, and the Parks and Recreation Department.
So it really gives me great pleasure to give Susie Schwartz this award for VCOPs. If there's an event going on, if there's anything happening in the city, Susie is always there. So tell me, any interesting stories of what you might have seen while you've been on shift?
Oh, I've been on shift for 13 years and I enjoy every moment. Years ago, there was an elderly lady walking on the street. The weather was bad. She had a hard time walking, and the police department saw her and stopped us and asked us if we would stop and give her a lift home. We're normally not allowed to take residents in our vehicles, but we drove her home and she was so thankful. So that was a happy day.
And how did you get involved in VCOPs to begin with?
Oh boy, truly it's thanks to my husband Harvey, who was very upset because we live on Cavendish near Wallenberg, very upset there was a lot of dog business lying around on the grass and nobody was picking it up. So he desperately said, I want to be a deputy in Côte Saint-Luc. So driving home one day from work, I heard it announced on the radio that they were thinking of doing a volunteer program and to come to City Hall at 7:30 that evening. I came home and I said, Mister, here's your chance. We walked in and we've both been VCOPs for 13 years now. Yeah, it's my bat mitzvah too.
Absolutely. And wherever you go, you're going to see them. Susie and Harvey and many others on your team too. Sure. Terrific. Thank you so much. This is for you.
Thank you.
The William E. Kessler Memorial Trophy goes to Stephen Glazer. Stephen began coaching in the Côte Saint-Luc minor baseball program 10 years ago. He has a reputation for treating players on his team fairly and with respect. He never loses perspective on why he started coaching. He also ensures that the players have a fun and positive experience.
So I'm very honored to be giving Stephen Glazer this award for all the great volunteer work you've done with minor baseball. So tell me, how'd you get involved?
My son started playing baseball at the ripe age of 4. And I got involved with Côte Saint-Luc because I've been a lifelong Côte Saint-Lucer, and my son shared the passion of baseball as I do at a very young age, and I just got involved a long time ago. I think, trying to have the kids for 2 hours where they're not on a phone or they're not captivated by social media, they're receptive, they're for the most part well behaved, and for the most part they really enjoy the game, and that's something I enjoy taking part in.
The Jerry Weinstein Ambassador of the Year Award goes to Mark Ezezer. Mark is a big supporter of Côte Saint-Luc. He plays and sponsors a team in the Côte Saint-Luc Executive Softball League, and he also sponsors the annual Golf Classic. He is a prominent real estate agent who lends his high profile to the good and welfare of sports programs.
It gives me great pleasure to present this Jerry Weinstein Ambassador of the Year Award to Mark Ezerer. Thank you so much for all you do. This is for you.
Thank you.
And this is a contribution for supporting so many of our programs, whether it's the Dramatic Society or baseball. Great. You're always there.
Thank you.
So why do you like Côte Saint-Luc so much?
I love Côte. Well, first of all, I brought up in Côte Saint-Luc for 45 years, and all that. And I love, when anybody needs, something like in the drama, because I'm in the choir also, so I do the dramas, whenever you need anything for drama, we're there for you guys, that's for sure. Any sponsorship or Côte Saint-Luc, anything. We do the golf tournament. We brought baseball players in, so.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to be counting on you in the future, and
anytime we're
keep
here.
up all your support. We really
We're
appreciate
here.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.